Welcome everybody. Welcome back to Invest Desk, your number one channel for cryptocurrency investing, daily news and forecasts. My name is Syed, and we're going to dive into the top 5 altcoins to buy before the 2026 bull run. So let's dive right in. All right, so every bull run creates a new wave of millionaires, and we know that, right? We've been there, we've done that. But most people only realize which coins mattered after the prices have already exploded. Now, in every cycle, the biggest returns come from buying these strong altcoins before the crowd notices them, which is pretty straightforward. But if you're waiting for the headlines to confirm what's pumping, you're already late. Now, in this video, I'm going to break down the top 5 altcoins to watch before the 2026 bull run begins. Now, these picks are based on fundamentals, adoption data, market structure, long-term narratives, not hype. By the time most traders pay attention, the early opportunities are gone. So today, you'll understand which altcoins have real potential, why they matter, and what makes them strong candidates heading into 2026. Now, please note, I'm not a financial advisor, but hey, make sure you invest responsibly. All right, next, let's start with altcoin number 5, which my pick is Chainlink. Now, it remains one of the most important pieces of crypto infrastructure. Why is that? Because Chainlink secures the majority of smart contracts that rely on real-world data, from DeFi to tokenized assets, insurance protocols, exchanges, and institutional systems. Chainlink feeds critical external data into blockchains. Now, during past bull runs, Link delivered massive returns because its utility is tied to every expansion in the crypto ecosystem itself. Now, in 2026, Chainlink's role becomes even more important as real-world assets, stablecoins, AI agents, and financial applications require secure, verified data. Now, as more platforms integrate Chainlink services like CCIP, for example, and automation, demand increases. Link is not a speculative meme, it is infrastructure. Infrastructure coins consistently outperform because they grow with the entire market. All right, next, number 4 is the Avalanche or AVAX. Well, while Ethereum still dominates the smart contract space, Avalanche has steadily grown into a platform favored by institutional players, high-speed DeFi, and real-world asset programs. Its ability to create custom subnets gives developers and enterprises the flexibility to deploy blockchain networks with tailored rules, making it ideal for financial applications. Now, in the upcoming 2026 cycle, the institutions are expected to play a much larger role. Now, that shift places Avalanche in a strong position due to its scalability, fast finality, and its existing partnerships in finance, gaming, and enterprise environments. Now, if DeFi and tokenized institutionalized assets expand in 2026, well, Avalanche will benefit directly from that adoption. All right, next. Number 3 is XRP. So the third altcoin on this list is XRP. After years of regulatory uncertainty, the environment around XRP has changed significantly. In many regions, the legal framework is clearer. The banks continue testing digital payment networks that rely on fast settlement and cross-border efficiency. And XRP, by the way, has always had one of the strongest real-world use cases, which is moving money across borders quickly and cheaply. Now, as countries explore centralized bank digital currencies and bank modernize their settlement infrastructure, networks like XRP gain relevance. So, the 2026 bull run may be the first cycle where regulatory clarity allows XRP to be fully valued for what it actually brings to the payment history. All right, next is altcoin number 2, which is Solana, SOL. Well, after recovering from early ecosystem challenges, right, we know that Solana has shown resilience, strong developer activity, and some of the fastest growth in the user adoption. Its speed and low transaction costs makes it ideal for global scale applications such as payments, gaming consumer apps, and high-frequency trading protocols. And even across the last year, developer activity, network upgrades, and the real-world use cases, for example, have increased significantly. And Solana has already shown that it can attract retail users at scale, and it continues to grow with applications that appeal to everyday users rather than just institutionalized participants. So if in the next bull run or in the next bull market includes a wave of mainstream adoption, Solana is positioned to benefit massively. And with that, let's go to the number one altcoin to watch before the 2026 bull run is Ethereum. Now, despite competition from multiple chains, Ethereum remains the backbone of the crypto economy. It powers the majority of DeFi, NFTs, tokenization governance, and layer 2 scaling solutions. Its transition to proof of stake created a new economic model in which ETH is continually burned through network usage, reducing long-term supply. Now in 2026, Ethereum benefits from the expanding layer 2 ecosystems, institutional adoption, and real-world asset tokenization. And you can't beat that. The most important point is this. Every bull market begins on Ethereum first. Keep that in mind. New innovations, capital flows, liquidity depth, and developer activity still revolve around Ethereum. If history repeats, and I say it again, if history repeats itself, Ethereum leads the altcoin market into the next major rally. All right, so, let me give you a bonus too, right? Risk and timing. It's important to understand that even strong altcoins experience volatility. The reason of the early accumulation is powerful because the market tends to reward long-term conviction when others are distracted or fearful. Now, buying late in the cycle is the biggest mistake traders make. Timing matters, but trying to pick the exact bottom is impossible. What matters is entering positions gradually before mainstream attention returns, and altcoins often move suddenly and violently when sentiment shifts. And the people who benefit are the ones who positioned themselves months earlier. And we've done this exercise with, for example, Dogecoin, right? In the past few years, you've seen how we've grown our portfolio from literally nothing to over $100,000, right? So that's exactly the strategies, the risk and timing is what I'm mentioning here. All right, another bonus before we end. So what to avoid in 2026? So before entering any position, traders, you must show or avoid meme coins with no utility, coins driven purely by influencers, and projects with unclear long-term value. So in 2026, institutional presence will shape the bull run more than retail hype. Coins with weak fundamentals will not survive regulatory pressure or competition. The altcoins that thrive will be the ones solving legitimate problems. It has to be a use case. That is why infrastructure, payment, scalability, and real-world asset platforms are likely to dominate. All right, some key takeaways. So the top altcoins, I just highlighted all of them, right? Heading into 2026 are not chosen based on speculation, but on real fundamentals. Chainlink secures the data layer. Avalanche strengthens institutional and enterprise blockchain adoption. XRP accelerate global payments. Solana powers high-speed consumer and financial applications. And of course, Ethereum continues to anchor the entire crypto ecosystem. Now, these 5 assets represent strong narratives, strong technology, and strong adoption trends heading into the next market cycle. The investors who prepare early tend to capture the largest gains when the momentum returns. So with this, thank you for watching InvestDesk. Of course, my name is Syed. So if you found this analysis helpful, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a deep dive crypto video. I cover long-term investing, by the way, market cycles, research, project fundamentals, and strategies that help you build real conviction. And comment down below and tell me which altcoin you believe will outperform in 2026. Just name the altcoin. Stay disciplined, stay informed, and stay investment. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.